not letting it up. Oh, that is sensational. Has he done enough, Foxes? Oh, that is a big spin. Are the vocal cords warmed up, Hanson? Are you ready?
There was warmed up as what they can be from Monza turn 1. Whilst I'm watching this bald fella wave that green flag vigorously, that man has some race. Look at that man go! Get up there, big fella! Right, it is Monza, it is BFL, it is warm. It's warm in Monza, it's warm on my sofa. It's what it bloody is, and it's 5 eventual lights. That took an absolute eternity. And away we go. Mazuma on the grass there. H1 still on the grass, still not off the grass. That man's driving a lawnmower. H1 goes tempo. Getting that race lead. Mazuma had a lot of pace to go, but chose none of it. Wanted nothing but pure greenery, nothing but grass. In the second Visa Cash App, P3 now for Zuma on that set of tyres. Agent P4 on the back of Matsuva on that medium tight in the Mercedes-Benz ZS Ultra. Got away nicely off the line. No drivers through 1 and 2, which is quite surprising. Never mind.
Oh, Simpson, big cut.
Big cut there from Simpson. Haas getting all kind of out of shape, but Haas almost getting up the ass of the Aston Martin in P8 Live. Currently 1/10, 2/10 now into the second Lesmo, losing a little bit of time on the back in the middle. A lot of guys here up and down the field are separated by absolutely nothing. Tempo is very much in the lead into the Ascari chicane. Jacob hot on that tail in the Aston Martin. Matsuma got a good start off the line,
really good,
but then just looked like he got a little bit uncertain. Just had to run and just didn't quite know where to go.
Oh, hang on a minute. Speaking of run, it looks like he's challenging. It looks like he's challenging.
Tempo's gone off. Jacob's having to throw a 1v2 into turn 1 here. There's 1 Visa Cash App, 2 Visa Cash App in front of this Aston Martin, but this Aston Martin is powered by nothing but, I don't know what, Iron Man technology. I'm going to say down the inside lap too. Oh, I think we are. Oh, not quite close enough. Goodness gracious me, there's more contact.
Was that tempo off? Okay, plenty of drama then in these opening exchanges here at Monza. So Matsuvo going slightly rogue in terms of his higher strat on the softs. Has made up 2 places in these opening couple of laps. He's now the race leader. BRT Jacob is behind, but a little bit of trouble down into turn 1 for Tempo. Now puts him back to P5. He's got both of the Ferraris ahead of him. He's going to be wanting to dispatch them and get in and amongst the front running pack. Doesn't need to do anything too crazy though. This is the thing with his championship position. He doesn't need to go too wild. A decent amount of points will be more than enough for him, but surely Jacob's going to get a run at some point.
No, have a little bit of patience. Wait for the DRS line.
Oh, but the Ferrari centre is... Oh, he's right there.
From the Aston Martin. Oh, he is. Mamma mia! That Ferrari is going on strong and quickly. So's Ultra P4. He's sneaking up by behind this pack at the front. It's a 53-lap race, but these guys do not care. Let's get some moves made early on this chessboard. Into 1 again, we go. Into 1, we definitely fucking go.
My lord.
That's a random piece of clash. Where's Tempo come from? Where has he come from? A little bit further back, he must have had the toe from the gods into turn 1 in that Visa. Goodness me, both Ferraris getting mugged off. Jason coming, shoo away. Scoot on by, boys. Let me get my job done real quick.
Have some of that. That is putting down a statement. I dare say that is the move of a champion. He's obviously the current title holder as well. He was our winner in season 5 and has been the standout performer, I think, for the duration of this season. But I tell you what, if Jacob hadn't missed a couple of races, this championship fight would be even closer going into these final 2 races. At the moment, the entirety, I should say the top 9 all separated by less than a second, all firmly in DRS range. We've got a little bit of a gap opening up to Lager a little bit further back in P10. Rob, meanwhile, up into P11, making up places in these opening few laps, doing what he needs to do to bump his way up the grid. Obviously, barring disaster. Yeah, if something's to happen between Jacob and Tempo, then that's where it's
battery. Goodness gracious me, Matsufo, he's waiting for nothing. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. But against someone like Jacob in the Aston Martin that is using not a lot of battery right now,
it's gonna be all race long,
you're just leaving yourself there, man. Jacob has just got, oh my god, oh no! 2 more rounds, Jacob's got on the back of him!
Oh my Lord, that is a broken...
Jacob got off the throttle trying to follow him through and just even caught himself a little bit, or caught Zuba a little bit too quickly than what he initially thought.
Well, Tempo's definitely got damage as well. Tempo's definitely got some damage. That front right end plate is gone. Now, as to how much, you know, at this stage of the race as well, full fuel... It's going to be tricky. Matt Zuvo now finds himself down in P9. So on the soft tyre, got the opportunity to, you know, to make up for it, but he's going to have to pit here. There is so much damage to that front wing. He's going to have to come in.
P1, P2.
This is it.
It's like it's written in the stars.
Someone take a photo. Someone take a photo. There we go.
I was doing so many Italian hand gestures there whilst I was saying that. I was full-pledged.
Now, Matt Zuvo surely is coming into the pit lane here. Yeah, he does. Let's see what he goes for in terms of strat. I'm intrigued to see if he's going to go hard tyres, go a little bit longer, a bit deeper into the race, or whether he's going to just sort of try and stick with medium tyres from this point forward. He could arguably do sort of 25-25 on the mediums. No, he's going longer. He's going to go longer. I think that's the hard compound going on.
There is a rogue Yeltsin in P4, my man, on his back of an Aston Martin that is currently in a title fight, and Yeltsin is out for blood after seeing the shenanigans further up the field. Ooh, a little bit of a snap of booty. Lager's had a decent, Cal getting back in, but Yeltsin's looking quick and looking sharp in that Williams. He is indeed. I'm trying to talk over a raise whilst I can only see a quarter of my screen. There we go, got him. Get the invite. I am absolutely fine.
I will take care of it. Now, we know the Yeltsin army is in full force here. Lap 5 of 53. He's looking comfortable. He's up here with the front runners. That's a lot of curb through Ascari. That sounded like a very unsettled Williams. But we're going to go a long time on these hard tyres. And now, at this point, now we're just starting to get slightly settled. It's going to be interesting to see how the strategy plays out. I tell you what is a very intriguing strategy. Look at BRT Jacob. Look at the damage that he's got to his front wing. He is carrying on at the moment, and at some point, Yeltsin just purely going to get the move down. Oh my Lord.
Oh, these two guys almost got into one, into two. There's
Tempo that's looking
rampant and angry. After losing out a little bit of time early to no fault of his own, Yeltsin would want to go down the inside into one. Jacob fought that valiantly through two, somehow came out the worse off. But now we're P4, P3, now we're back with the title contenders into 4 more, into 3 and 4, into the first Lesmos. And there's 2 Ferraris at the front of the grid, Sam, that are just doing a job. I'll pull you along, you'll pull me along. The toe's good here. We're both similar pace. We'll try to keep them at bay behind us. We'll just keep going on in front of us. And if need be, I'll box one lap, the next lap you box, or vice versa. But there is an angry looking Tempo behind that is on the back of an Aston Martin.
This is a fight here.
Puffing and recharging.
That's a massive amount of damage to Jacob, though. He's somehow making it work. Now, knowing Jacob, and just with a little bit of experience, that is no doubt just going massively low on the differential, just trying to kind of get the car rotating in, probably a little bit more rearward on the brake bias, just to allow the fronts to turn in a little bit more. He's managing it at the moment because he wants to go a little bit longer. Oh no, both him and Tempo box.
Oh no, Jacob!
Jacob gets a pen. Hang on, now this is the problem here. That may be clipped. I'm hoping Jacob clips that. That might have been because of a nudge. I've seen that before. I've seen things like that happen before, where the car is slowed down in time, but because of a nudge from behind, it pushes you over, like increases your speed. So if we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. If that is the case, no doubt Jacob will have clipped it. Tempo will have as well. So that time penalty will have a question mark against it. But look at it. Who'd have thought on lap 7 we'd see BRT, Jacob, Tempo and Matt Zuvo in 15th, 16th and 17th of this Italian GP. I didn't have it on the cards, and I'll be honest, I did not anticipate a Ferrari 1-2 here. With Ultra and Senna, we've got a yellow flag a bit further back.
Somewhere.
Oh, it seems to be being cleared relatively quickly. Not sure if there's any back mark or anything like that, but now we've had it before. There has been a previous race where it was a Ferrari 1-2, or was it a Ferrari 1-3? I cannot remember the race. I think it might have been a double podium, I think is probably the best way to put it. But it looks like Senna is going to come on through with the DRS and take control of the race. Now, this is the thing.
They do have a Mercedes-Benz that is
this is it.
It's
the just there, biding his time. Now, knowing Agent as well, Agent will be relatively happy to kind of, as I say, just sit there. He I think, is very, very good at the longer format. So the past the 50%ers, just strategy, consistency, it suits him. But if there was one driver on this grid that I was to give the title of Mr. Consistent, it's probably Senna. Crazy, crazy smooth when it comes to his steering inputs as well. He's a bit of a tyre whisperer, and he knows how to win races. Whether it's in the DSL or in previous editions of the BFL, this man is more than comfortable being in the lead of the race and controlling the race pace. You got Agent P3, Simpson in P4, Yeltsin sitting
Rob's not messing
P5
around.
at the moment. Rob is making the
Down
move.
the inside into the parabolica. He goes. The run he got into the Ascari chicane was unbelievable. He carried so much speed into that entry. Is he letting Yeltsin back through?
I don't know. I think he might be. Yeah, I think for a little bit of wheel banging.
Okay.
It sort of pushed him off a little bit. Then look, absolutely fair play to Rob for letting Yeltsin back through. The battle will no doubt recommence on the next, in the next DRS zone. AJ, meanwhile, he is looking good. Up in P7 at the moment. A little bit of a race of his own. He's got 1.7 seconds to the car ahead. You've got Lager a bit further behind. Ellis starting on the hard tyres, same as Sterling, who's doing a phenomenal job. Up into P11 at the moment. It's got Grand close behind. If there was an adjective to use to describe his drive so far, it would absolutely be his namesake. Now we'll go a little bit further back down the grid. We've got Grand in the Haas, who is starting to give Sterling something to think about. Purple J, 5.7 second gap as well, with Jacob, Tempo and Matt Zuvo soon to be hunting down the man in the Alpine. He's started on the hard tyres as well, so he's going to be going really deep into this race. The hard tyres will last forever and ever and ever. Kidney Jim on 8-lap-old mediums. Redding an early box onto the softs. A little bit of a pack forming here. The front three just starting
a little bit of a train at the moment. Okay, Adrian has no real reason in that Mercedes-Benz at the moment to try and make a move on two cars in front of him. That is, I think the risk and reward there is just not worth it whatsoever. More so when at the moment he'll know fine well that all three cars are currently on the same kind of tyre strategy. Would be just a waste of opportunity just to whip them down the inside. Granted, I've hoiked it down the inside 3 laps ago and ruined my race. But Agent's not me. I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, Agent's not.
I mean, I was going to say I'm glad you said it out loud. If you didn't say it out loud, I was going to say it. I was going to say it for all of us here. We're just having a little look at the position change. And look at Rob, the absolute biggest winner at the moment, up 12 places in 10 laps. That is, the helicopter cam through the Ascari chicane. I mean, it's gorgeous. How good does this look? We're on board with Senna from the helicopter with Callum Ultra in the Ferrari closing in to that gearbox. It's just right, isn't it? It's just right. Ferrari duo currently P1 and P2 here at this Italian Grand Prix, but
there's
43 laps to go.
of Rob just moving after getting
Ferrari's hit!
position back.
Oh,
dear,
there was a little wheel bang. There was a little wheel bang as Ultra came through.
Bounced out of his seat.
Ooh,
That's just gone everywhere, Sam.
Okay.
there's bolognese
there's bolognese just strewed all. It's over the carpet.
There's his lunch everywhere.
This is it.
There's a mechanic with a meatball in his mouth, and he's all got the pot. And that Ferrari carriage. To get a little bit deep out of three there as well. Okay,
you could say it's red ragu to a bull. No, that's good. No, I'm better than that. I'm better than that. Come on. If there's any pasta related jokes in the chat, I will. If there's any good ones, I will add it to the YouTube video.
Ultra real quick.
No, you're better than that. No, you're better than that. You know, in for a penny, in for a pound, I guess. Oh dear. I mean, to be fair, out of the puns, I'm expecting a few silly ones. Get it? Fusilli's the bows. Come on, that's a great one. You're going to see that on a YouTube short. I'm here all week. Back to the racing. Come on, let's. I think maybe we go with what we do best. So, the gap at the moment. Rob is looking quick, but he's outside of the DRS zone. Agent's having a sniff. They're having a sniff.
He's very much pulled me through and got 6 Ferraris in front of him.
He's done it.
Two. Silky smooth from the Mercedes-Benz getting that move made. What a bit of a timing that is. They lap quiet. They got a little bit unsettled. They followed each other the entire race so far, 12 laps in, not gone near each other. Also, the into one, bang, wheel bang, and then into three, ultimate a little bit deep, lost a little bit of time. That's a chance, that's a moment, follow them through, bang, pounce, into turn one. What a good bit of racecraft from the Mercedes-Benz in P1. Lovely stuff. Rob is looking rampant, and on the back of these two Ferraris are currently caught in a total wolf into the Escari chicane. Senna though is
Agent's gone really deep.
Of the Mercedes.
I'm getting all sorts of weird.
Very deep, but sort of carried some speed there through the. What he's done, he's got his 4.5 tenths adrift into. So he's not done bad there to get through the chicane. Momentum. But I don't think it's going to matter.
I was going to say, sorry, Hansa, sorry to interrupt. So just for those of you that are watching, I think just for a split second there, we just had a little bit of a funny lag spike, and you might be able to hear Hansen is kind of slightly cutting in and out. So hopefully things resolve themselves. Seems to be okay on track, but if that's what you're hearing, if you're hearing kind of Hansen cut in and out a little bit, that explains why. It's not your ears getting a little bit, you know. See, we just had whoa, that was a crazy connection change then. That was okay. That was a huge jump. Anyway, back to the racing. So yeah. So it seems to be back. You
DC'd for like 35 seconds.
Oh, that was really strange. Hopefully you guys on the stream have still been able to hear it. Obviously with the microphone on a separate system, it should be fine. But things seem to be back where they need to be. In that time period, Rob has managed to get the overspeed and now splits the Ferraris with a fresh agent in P4. We've got Simpson in P5, Youts in P6. I'm sure that will please the Youts army, but he'll want more. He'll absolutely want more. We've got a huge train.
Somehow
6 cars
and Jacob have found each other. Down in P9 and P10, inseparable, even when Jacob's serving that penalty, but Temple had to probably change some front wing, which probably equated to the same kind of time that Jacob was sat still.
This is getting close. This is getting dangerous. We've also got a joke. What's the scariest type of pasta sauce? I'm waiting for the punchline from Warlad. And you know what, Hanson? I've got a premonition. I'm scared about this.
Oh, an agent.
Mushroom and ghost cheese. Wow. Oh my goodness me.
8 out of 10, solid. 8
out of 10. You're happy with that, are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's family friendly. It's good for a Christmas cracker.
Exactly. Very much so.
I'm,
you can tell I do kids and they'll go, and then you do feel justified.
I'm not going to lie to you, I'm a little bit on edge. This front running kind of pack of 6 here. So we've now got Rob in the lead. He's got the move done on Senna. Agent has got past Ultra here. This is so crazy close into turn 1, and it's one mistake. One mistake can be deadly for so many drivers here, and whew, it could, what it means for the championship, I mean, it truly could just blow it.
There goes
wide open.
One Ferrari.
Redding is spinning round.
Move gets made. Ooh, Rob defending that middle of the road in the second Mercedes, well, the leading Mercedes-Benz, I should say, actually. But a little bit of respect on Rob's name.
This is it.
Leading Mercedes-Benz. Defending
the
insiders. He's been quite alright. I think he's been a little bit harsh on himself throughout the season for having some lackluster sessions during the qualifying stints. But his race pace has been absolutely incredible. And after we had one little natter with him in regards of some racing moves, it's been nothing
very different. Very
completely different driver. Final circuit, pace has been there. He's been consistent all the time. Absolutely, it's impressive throughout.
Can't fault him. Absolutely cannot fault him and his efforts. Really can't. It's been interesting over the years of the Bluefoxx F1 League. We've been very fortunate to have some fantastically quick and very talented drivers, but the one element which has always been missing is probably just a little bit of patience and temperament when it comes to making certain race moves. Understanding that you can't win the race on lap 1, but you can certainly lose it. And as we've had some conversations and it kind of made them realise a few things, it's amazing how much better they have got and developed as drivers over time. We've got a little prediction that wants to be run.
Stomping on that brake pedal like it owes him money, but Senna getting a little bit deep into 2. Rob, they both kind of went a little bit wishy-washy through 1 and 2 in their own regard. Rob now getting a little bit of a nice run, a little bit of a toe here, maybe around the outside of 3. Never mind, Senna is blocking that. You are not getting past that, he says. There's no that in, Sam. All the rooms are fucking full.
What's you shall not pass in Italian? Thou shouto no passo. I've just offended every Italian in existence.
Le no passo, my insido.
No passo. I'm pretty sure that's Spanish, but I don't speak Spanish. That's it. Yeah, it's all Mediterranean, isn't it? It's all Mediterranean. It's sunny with good food. That's all that matters. Exactly that.
Good food, sunny, and good scenery.
Now,
what more do you want?
Obviously, lap 16 of 53. I forget the tyre graphic that come up here. I'm not sure at what point these medium tyres are going to call it a day. I think we're probably going to get some going through till, probably at some point lap 20, something like that. Kind of like early to mid 20s, sort of pulling the trigger, maybe going on to hard tyres for the remainder of the race, or I don't know. Do you think anyone would benefit from maybe doing something a bit different? Goodness me, that is so crazy tight from so many of them. How this has not ended in disaster so far, I do not know.
So close into 1. Goodness, that was front nose. It was nose to rear. Just into 1 there for 4 cars. Senator Robert got through nicely just with the DRS assistance, but then Adrian found himself in a little bit of like a no man's land of there's a move to be made, but it would be dumb. So he backed out of it, which then just let the cars behind him just have to follow him through it into 1 and into 2. Well, these guys at the moment, man, they're just putting on just a small little clinic of just being consistent lap after lap after lap, which is what you need in this longer format. It's just that consistency over just lap after lap after lap.
I tell you what, these two are just joined in the hip, aren't they? Jacob and Tempo.
Jacob Tempo further down, mate.
He outs in. Gets a time penalty. Pushes the limits a little bit too much. Yeah, these guys just seem to find each other on track. It's remarkable. Obviously, pitting at the same time, I guess, is going to happen. But well, we will see the progress that they're going to make. They're on the hard tyres. We know they've got good pace. That gap is starting to come down to AJ. So they're going to need to pit again. It means that they're going to be on a quicker tyre. But obviously with an additional pit stop, they are going to be missing out overall. So I'm intrigued to see how that's going to pan out. You can see here, AJ is in a race of his own at the moment. 8 seconds in front, about 9 seconds behind as well. A 22.209 for tempo. That is 3 consecutive fastest laps in a row, with Redding getting more time penalties coming into the pit lane. Come on then, Yeltsin, for the fan club. We've got plenty of Yeltsin fans in the chat at the moment. He's doing well. He's P6. We've got a prediction. Or I should say a poll on the go at the moment. Is Yeltsin to score a podium? We've got yes, no, or DNF as your options. It's even Stevens between yes and no at the moment. Although that being said, is that a little wobble from Callum Ultra? I think it is. Well, that's Yeltsin going to be moving up a place. The crowd goes wild in the grandstands to see Yeltsin up another place, even if it is at the expense.
Ultra maybe boxes it, no?
Ultra
and just losing it. Yeah, I'd have. He's lost a little bit of time over the last few laps. Simpson got on the back of him quite quickly after the little bit of a quarrel further up the field. They're currently 18 laps in of 90. I
don't know. Like I said, I'm anticipating probably like early to mid-20s is probably going to be that opening window, because then you're going to be quite comfortable going on to the
22-ish kind of thing.
But I don't know. I don't know if some drivers are going to maybe make the choice to go kind of at 20, go on to another set of medium tyres, and maybe give themselves
there's a kick Sauber, got it all kind of wrong through turn 3. Thank God we have some ghosting on, because that would have been an absolute train wreck.
Kidney Jim, is it? Yeah, it looks like it was Kidney Jim down at turn 3. No doubt those tyres are going to be a little bit cooked. You can see, we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, kind of a little bit of a wobble. But it's okay. He's certainly in. He's in P17. Redding with a DNF. I think that might have been a pit lane retirement on the back of, I think he had a pit lane speeding penalty. And we caught a little bit of a spin earlier on. Ellis plodding along nicely in that Williams. It's so good seeing Ellis driving here. Legend in his own right. Obviously GTI Ellis, used to be MK2 Ellis. He does like to change it around a little bit. Baited product then. Very similar.
Depending on the car at home, apparently.
Well. Yeah, this is it. He likes to change it up.
Depends on the car.
This is it. Now, Purple J, P14, super consistent all season long. Again, he finds himself in a little bit of a race of his own. You can see on that track map as well, he's got plenty of space in front and behind. 22.193 now for Jacob. Okay, the competition for the fastest lap is hotting up. Sterling doing brilliantly as well. He's currently P13, Grand P11. Matsuvo trying to get himself back up. Obviously, an early incident giving him huge wing damage. It's put him down to P11, but I don't know, can he go all the way on these hard tyres? Is he going to look to maybe hope for a bit of a late safety car and something work out for him? If I was him, that's what I'd be hoping for. I'd be hoping for something to happen just to bring him a bit nearer the front of the pack and hopefully a bit of a tyre change.
Senna would sniffing Rob's breakfast out of this carriage chicane.
Oh, this looks thing. Oh my lord, Rob 3 wide into Parabolica.
Nice 3 wide.
Rob.
Oh, this Mercedes-Benz on a Ferrari, and then the Mercedes-Benz on a Mercedes-Benz. There's now an Aston Martin wanting to get in the thick of it as well, but Rob got a little bit out of shape. A little bit of lag there. Rob got a little bit out of shape through the S-car chicane on the second part of the exit. Now Rob's getting that movement back on his teammate into one. Senna kind of poking it loads and keeping him curious, keeping him occupied. Into an all-out agent. Gonna fight that back around the outside of 2. These guys are not giving this up to save their lives right now, is what they are not doing. Oh, it's still going on. Goodness gracious me. Aston Martin. No, it is no Mercedes-Benz, sorry. Of Hitcham getting the movement back on Senna into 3. But that was just 4 cars out of nowhere just making 10 million moves.
Well, it's another duo now, P1 and P2. So the Ferraris have now been replaced by both the Mercedes drivers. We've got X8 Rob and Agent. Now, Agent came into the race, or I should say into the season, a little bit later in the season. Unfortunately, the original driver in the Mercs had to forego his place in BFL 6, and Agent came on in. And since that point, since that place, he's been scoring plenty of points. Certainly giving Rob something to think about. A little bit of a contact just at the exit of Ascari. You can see that Agent is doing a little bit of battery saving, and this is the sort of mind games that happen here. You're trying to save some battery, make sure you're staying in the DRS. You're going to see so much more of this over the course of the next 30 laps.
I don't think the mind games matter. Oh, I thought it was about to send it down the inside. I'm sending it on every Sunday. Is what I'm doing.
Oh, gotta be honestly, gotta be so careful here. Like turn 1, it just is a magnet for carbon fibre.
Blow for blow.
This is it. They're just
both
round.
on the set of same tires. Yeah, just can't quite clear each other. So we're just gonna annoy each other for this entire race.
No, they will go up the grid together. That is exactly what they are going to do. They are not going to separate in any way, shape or form. This little collection of cars here, this top 6 this is what we want to see deep down, isn't it, guys? This is exactly what we want. Really close, really high level, fair racing. At the moment, with 30 laps to go, can't pick it. There's more pit stops ahead.
Where this is going right now.
Don't think we're going to be getting any changes in terms of conditions, but really not sure. Now, this is the other thing as well. There's going to be some consideration.
Simpson just got the most violence. Oh my God, Fenner fucking screwed.
I thought he was going into the pit lane then.
Jesus.
Did I see that right? I thought he was going into the pit lane.
That's what I was reacting
Goodness me. That's what I thought I was looking at.
Man went to sell the dummy and almost sold himself the dummy.
Do you think that's what he's doing?
No other reason why you're selling yourself that close to that pit ain't you war. Goodness.
Okay.
Almost got a mouthful of the Great Wall of fucking China. God, that would it. God, that was so close.
Goodness me. I tell you what, Simpson just doing what he does, just being super consistent. He's quite happy to sit there in P4. He knows that the opportunity is going to come for an overtake. He does have that time penalty. Whether that ends up being reviewed, if it's a case of avoiding action on lap 1, then it may well be rescinded. The same with Jacob and his time penalty as well. I think that might have been because of a bit of a nudge from Tempo into the pit lane. Just pushed him over that threshold. We'll be having a look. That is for sure. I'm just having a look at that gap now. So it's 8.5 seconds between Ultra and Jacob at the moment. So if they can work to get that down over the next so many laps.
Rob now boxes.
Oh, who blinks? Oh, Rob.
We called it.
Ultra's in as well.
The early 20s, I think, is what you said.
Early to mid 20s felt the right point, because get the hard tyres on, go long, and then you're set. If anything then happens a little bit later on in the race, well then, you've got the opportunity to go medium, softs, whatever. But you've done your allocation at this point. It makes sense. Oh, excuse me, absolutely makes sense to get it done now. So we're going to go back up to the likes of Senna and Agent and see.
Surely Agent here boxes this lap as well and kind of mirrors his teammate. So. That would be the logical.
Yeah, this is it. I think so.
Way to go about this.
I think it's I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think any kind of driver that has raced this game ever ponders 2 stacking in the box. I think it just losing out on that much time. No, over just a 1 lap period. If you back yourself just to maintain a gap that you want to be healthy throughout the next lap on your in lap, then there's not really much point in losing out on so much time, because you have to time that so well. It's like a 10-second kind of deficit of letting one car get in, let them get boxed, get out, and then that second guy hit that boxes cleanly and get that complete free pit stop.
Here they come.
Oh!
Senna's going again. Oh, hang on. Loads more. There's loads more penalty, like pit lane infringements here. I'm not sure what is going on. Not sure if they're just getting their entry crazy wrong. Yeah, this is it. You know, it's the right foot go, left foot no. That is for sure. Yeltsin into the pits as well.
And I'm pretty sure it's one of the most forgiving pit entries as well.
Lager as well.
You see it coming from a mile away.
What is going on here? Yeltsin didn't get one. Everyone seems to be getting some form of penalty. Yeah, this is it. I think everyone's getting caught out by the pit lane entry at the moment. Wow, what that's going to mean when it comes to the final race classification. Senna at the moment has an 8-second gap. Surely this is the lap that he comes in. He's going to be coming out lap 26 on the hard tyres, or is he going to go a little bit rogue and maybe go on some softs? You know, do something a little bit different. With the gap that he's got, I don't know. I think do you, don't you? Because you're going to have the opportunity to do some overtakes. It just means that you're going to be relying on something happening a little bit later on.
That and just quote it SS thinking noises, please.
It's like, well, you know.
Just so I can just hear that back in my sleep of you trying to work out what thought process to go on.
Let's see if he's being adventurous. No, he is not.
Little silhouette of a Jacob, but down the inside of tempo he goes.
He is not. Now, this is the one thing that is interesting. If we were doing wildcards, this is a perfect race to ban the hard tyres on. Oh, yes. So it's one thing, just for the following season, there will be some wild cards that will inhibit things like certain tyre compound use. It will be a certain amount of pit stops as well. There'll be a few different things that will come in as Hansen seemingly drops from the party. We'll see what on earth has gone on there. I haven't got a notification, so bear with me. You've completely gone offline, Hansen. Not sure what has gone on there. So if you can hear me or you can read in the chat, just let me know what on earth has happened there. Let's have a look at then Senna. He's come out ahead of Ultra on the hard tyres, but he's properly in the slipstream here. So they're going to be working hard to get back up the grid. You've still got both of the Mercs together. AJ, I think, still yet to box. He finds himself in P3 at the moment. Jacob now in the lead of the race. So after everybody has done their kind of first major pit stop, you can see here on the graphic is AJ that remains. Oh, AJ! Oh no, AJ. Oh, AJ is, oh wow. That was a little bit too aggressive on the downshift, I think it's fair to say. Goodness me, hopefully he can get that front wing fixed. Oh, I don't think he had it set to get fixed. He had it on auto. Rather than changing it to yes, look at the damage he's got on his front wing there. That is, see, this is the thing, you know, but it's probably the first thing on any longer format race that got to do. Change that wing to yes. Do not auto fix it, because in circumstances like that, it fucking kills you. Absolutely kills your race. AJ now into P11. He's gonna have to box again. He's absolutely gonna have to box again.
Is man back?
The amount of damage. Yeah, all good. The amount of damage.
I've not a clue.
That he's got. Looks like a few things being a little bit funky. We've had an odd little bit of lag, and
just the
it seems Sterling had a bit of a glitch, and
parties have been a bit chalky throughout the night either.
That's what it is. It's all this hot weather. It's just it's all given up. Anyway.
Oh, mate, I'm excited for this part of the race now, where this mid-pack is all on a set of fresh rubber. We've got Yeltsin on a set of 3-lap-old hard tyres. Both Ferrari boys still wanting to have a little bit of a... Is it a fight? Or is it just a little bit of a love tug? I'll pull you along, you pull me along.
Sorry. I'm just going to say this now on behalf of everyone. Never use the word love tug ever again. That is a disgusting phrase. I'm so sorry. Not only to our live viewers, but anyone that may be watching this on YouTube. We all know what you meant, but I'm sorry. You know what I mean? What is it with Monza and you just with Hansonisms? Are the two Ferraris going to have a love tug? I mean,
having a fight or having just a small little love tug. We're like tugging him along with the toe.
So there's so many different adjectives that could be used to describe that situation, but no, that's cool. It's what we're going with. You know, love tug. No, I'm not going to love tug. I'm going to stop.
Love tug,
I'm going to absolutely stop. Yeah. Okay. So the rest of the race chat is just me and Hanson singing the words love tug in as many different
in many different ways we can do.
But I won't do that. No. Right. Come on. Come on. Calling out love tug.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back into the racing then. So you got
a bit further down. Selling in a McLaren, getting a big old scoot on after this car chicane.
Surely gonna bot.
Flung it around the outside.
No, he's got
They're massive. Oh, that's a great little bit driving. No, it's not Fox.
How is that man carrying on?
After that racing move, how dare you, Fox?
How is that man carrying on?
Sterling flung it down the inside edges and no. That's not how we do this in my land. Flung it around the outside, let it stick. And by God, it stuck. Got that move made, just lost out now, but that was such a good bit of driving there. Flung it around the outside, yes, sir.
Gonna have a little look on board fan favourite Yeltsin, who's got both of the Ferraris ahead of him. For please, oh my god, if that's an actual website, lovetug.com, maybe we should get in touch. Maybe a potential new sponsor here on the Bluefoxx channel. Maybe, just maybe. Goodness me, I dare to dream what sort of prizes they might donate for the BFL. You know, not quite some glitch energy,
my goodness
but
gracious me!
Yeltsin! Oh, it's the two-piece! It's the two-piece into turn one. God, is Yeltsin going to do it? Woohoo! Senna's not going to let him have easy.
Senna all kind of on top of that curve.
Messy.
Call him DSL Tony.
Messy.
That cheeky little 50-50. Hear that combo noise in my ears when I go to sleep. Bling, ding, 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 ding. And she hit that XP bonus, grinding on that turn two curve. In the Ferrari, Yeltsin looking racy, but in the midst of that, my brother, there was Matt Zuber, Simpson, and Fresh H a little bit further up, having a little bit of a three-piece of the... Oh, aye, absolutely, a little bit of a three-piece of the run into one. That was not bad at all.
You just sort of don't know where to look. There's so much incredible racing action happening in so up and down the grid. This is what we like. That was a huge sniff. That was proper.
That is like me breathing normally with my nose.
Have you seen that meme? It's like it's some character with like a candy cane, just gives it a good old long like. That is exactly what that kind of sniff was. Rob now with the fastest lap, 21.437. From
Senna, easy move made on Yeltsin with the DRS assistance. There goes the second Ferrari.
Ultra has, he settles in.
I'm gonna wait for the night, Pussy. Adam absolutely
bottled it. He bottled it.
That kind of overspeed, he had so much time.
Absolutely bottled it. Goodness me, is it Ferrari he's driving for? Is it Arsenal? Absolutely bottled. Goodness me, I think it was there. It was there to be side by side.
Agent will punch you for that after he watches this recipe plot, just so you know.
That is true. It was. It wasn't great. It wasn't good.
AJ still sort of a little straight into one. AJ get a little bit deep into one, but grabbing it out of two, get on that power nicely, stamp on that throttle when you're there. Get a short shift through turn to exit is what you do. Well, from my side of things, because I'm a driving pro, obviously. You get through turn two, get it short shifted into third, into fourth on that exit, minimize the traction loss at the rears. There you go, Hanson driving tips.
How these two just remain so close for so long it's remarkable. It's such good driving. They have, let's make no bones about it, these two thoroughly deserve to be P1 and P2 in the championship at the moment. The performance
down the inside of Adrian.
Okay.
Oh, he's lost the rear. Has to grab that in a jiffy, but he's caught that on a slide, and that is, that's a good bit of driving control there from Mr. Simpson, and I don't mean fucking Homer. Into two, got that car all kind of slidey, but grabbed it and then got back on the power once he caught that wheel back and then scooted on off from Matt Zuvo. The move was made into one, but Adrian fought that back really well into two. Fairly also. Simpson got on the brakes, tried to cut back, got a little bit too early on the power, just lost the rear a little bit, but caught it. Got it so well. That was phenomenal.
But this is it. Is it a thing that I love? Let's face it, Monza, compared to other circuits, is quite simple. Lots of straights, lots of very, very kind of low angle curves. You've effectively got Ascari, the Lesmos kind of turn one. That is in effect. You've got three Parabolica. Again, all about kind of carrying that speed.
Corners,
but no, exactly. It's as iconic as it is. It can be. It's probably if I was playing the F1 game for the very first time, this is the circuit that I would choose to get familiar with how it all goes. But
it's not the most intricate.
It just puts so much more impact on strategy, on keeping it clean, on your track limits, that level of consistency. We've got plenty of drivers which are going to be looking good to go all of the way.
It's punishing for its simplicity. And because you know how simple this circuit is, you then push it. And because you push it too far, it then bites you in the ass. Now, very much so.
This is it. You push the boundaries just a little bit too much, Get one thing slightly wrong. And there's plenty of big curves as well.
I can go faster through there. Then all of a sudden you're just losing out and squeezing. In fact, just a small little pause here. Sterling has just finished a 31-lap stint on hard tyres on a preset, as far as I'm aware, and has remained competitive.
He's going to be in a good
some of the guys.
Good spot now with medium
tyres.
Firm
little handshake there from Star. Just look down there and saw it. 31-lap old hard tyres. What an absolute stint that is.
He's going to have the advantage. Now, of course, we know he's on the preset. Wasn't able to get his setup on in time. It seemed like he's had a bit of a glitch. A few kind of oddities happening in and around just kind of Xbox and the game in general tonight. But putting in a hell of a stint, he's got Ellis for company.
Set a lap old, 28 laps old. 29 lap old now.
Yeah, he had to box early, didn't he?
Two great stints.
He had to box early because of the damage. He had that big front wing damage, so it makes sense. Makes sense to go into some mediums and have an advantage.
Really good driving stints there from two of our guys to have a 30 lap old driving stint on one set of rubber.
It lasts forever. They really do in this
that
game.
Consistent, make no mistakes, and maintain big competitive whilst that tyre burns off and wears away a little bit. That's a phenomenal bit of driving from Sterling and Matt Zubo there to get that tyre that long. I mean, Tempo and Jacob at the moment are currently both sat on 27 lap old hard tyres, P1 and P2, and they don't look like they're slowing down an inch.
Well, this is it.
It's what they don't look like.
Don't get me wrong, Matt Zubo's got a hell of a job ahead of it. That is its second pit stop. He's got a 20-second gap as Adrian gets a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, that's an ideal. So Matt Zubo, with 20 laps to go, needs to capitalise effectively in these next 10 laps. He needs to bring that gap down considerably, get in and amongst the pack, and then he's got a real opportunity to get some overtakes and get higher up the grid. If not, the hope will be for some form of, a full course safety car. Has to be the way. I mean, the only other option, if there's a virtual safety car, a few people choose to pit a bit higher up, then he knows he can go all the way to the end on these medium tyres and still be really, really quick and competitive. So, look, depending on what happens, it could mean a huge amount of difference for Matt Zuvo and his final race finish. Lots of time penalties. We know a few might end up being rescinded. But
yeah, a couple of that has been clipped, but for the majority, I think some of the guys are just carrying track limit infringements. Yeah, which I think he mentioned earlier that they may have brought the pit line a little bit closer.
It's quite early.
If the guys have been doing TT in practice, you should be running the pit assist off.
This is it.
And it wouldn't surprise me. I'd be curious to know how many guys have been caught out there because they're so used to just hoiking the car in at 180 miles an hour. And the car just stopping.
It's one of the one of the rules of this season that it is fully immersive in terms of pit stop. You are responsible for slowing the car down, getting the pit limiter on, because it's in those crucial seconds that actually a huge amount can be won and lost. So another level of pressure, essentially, just to put on our drivers. Oh, goodness me!
When you get there's nothing more frustrating. I've been there, done that. I won that t-shirt, not fighting for race wins and whatnot, but in that kind of mid-pack fighting for some points for yourself. I send Yeltsin now just want to go down the inside of Yeltsin. Oh, again, absolute bottled it. Had the racing room. He was wheel to wheel, side by side there on the Williams, but now going to get the best run out of 2 and now into 3. Going to be scooting by the outside, talking by the outside. There we go, getting that through. Sniff the rear of that Duracell, baby, into 3. Oh, not quite close enough. To me there personally, Ultra was side by side with Yeltsin, and Yeltsin was the car that was under threat. I'm sticking that down the inside all day. All day. I think Ultra got up inside there to have the racing warranted to fight that through turn 1 and turn 2 a little more aggressive than what he did. But it's Ultra, first and foremost, and let's not forget that. It's one of the most
sensible.
Yeah, exactly. I would not say passive, but one of the more mature drivers on circuit that knows fine well there's a time and a place and a reason to get a racing move made.
There's probably arguably no one more suited on the grid, actually, just in terms of one of their overall patience. But here's the question that I pose to you: does some of that nicety then translate into what is an unfortunate reputation as being Mr. P2?
Possibly.
Don't get me wrong, he's probably one of the greatest performers that we've had in the history of the Bluefoxx F1 League in terms of ability and also consistency. His point scoring ability is absolutely unrivaled. But is it that sort of, I don't know, maybe it's that little second guess upon it'll be interesting to if you went back through
a little bit too really nicely on good,
if you really reviewed maybe some of these kind of key moments, not just here in this season but going back in previous BFL seasons. Has that, not an unwillingness, but that kind of taking a slightly safer option maybe cost him? For example, there was that incredible stat about Lewis Hamilton, wasn't it? It was just like a couple of race results kind of difference, a couple very small tweaks would have meant, I think, 8-9 world championships, something like that. It's these small little things that can stack up, and maybe that's maybe that's been a bit of a defining factor in his BFL
I will
career
very much give Mr. Ultra a little shout out tonight, and if handshakes, we're creating lap 37. It is very much warm, hot and sweaty in the UK at the moment, and he sent me a little message prior to the race starting saying I've been really under the weather for the start of the week. I want to race tonight, but if I leave the lobby tonight, it's because I've just got a little bit icky, and that's not kosher.
Ellis disqualified for parking in a dangerous location. Did he? I don't know whether he's maybe going to be. Did he maybe spin? I think I saw him at Ascari. Did he maybe spin and sort of beach it? And I don't know. I don't know what's happened there. Maybe he's going to come into the chat and we can let you know. But it's led to a disqualification for Ellis in the Williams. That's a shame to see. He was running really, really well. It looked like
very much
just got beat on the inside. Well.
But yes,
I'm not sure.
I've got a little shout out for Ultra for persevering tonight with the warm weather and him being a little bit under the weather also. I let him know earlier. If you need to leave, please just leave. Keep hydrated, and if need be during the race you have to go AI, you have my permission to go AI, but just do it as sensibly as you can, please, on circuit. And he's been stoic tonight. Mr. Ultra has done. He's been driving completely fine. You would have known that he has been a little bit unwell.
This is it. So Ellis is in the chat. So he spun and it full locked left. It wouldn't let you come back on the track. Oh, damn. Well, that's less than ideal. That is far than ideal. Unfortunately, it's led to his disqualification from this Italian Grand Prix. Lap 39 of 53. Matsuvo now going quickest at 21.067. That is now, I believe, the 5th different driver with a fastest race lap here in Monza. Tempo and Jacob continue to trade blows at the top of the table. XR8 Rob finds himself in P3 in a nice gap, it's fair to say. He's got
in a window of
good
opportunity right now, because if Jacob's penalty doesn't get removed, and it wasn't a case of having a little nudge, he's sitting pretty. It's what Mr. Rob is doing.
This is it. This is exactly that. Obviously, Tempo's got a time penalty at the moment. Let's just have a look at the time penalties that it is. Is that a yeah? It's a 3 second for no doubt a bit of an extra corner cut. So even if well, Jacob has now got through, but even if it finishes the other way round and that 10 seconds does get revoked, then it will mean a race win for Jacob. It will mean that the gap
Senna
goes
on
down
Yeltsin,
to
Ultra on Yeltsin. Bada bim, bada boom.
So
that toe is strong.
Let's say this is how it finishes. So the gap at the moment between them is 18. So with Jacob scoring 25 points and Tempo scoring 18, 7-point gap. So that would mean going into the final race, you would have an 11-point deficit. But at the moment, Matsuvo does have the fastest lap, and barring a safety car, I think that will remain. He is on the faster medium tyres, and unless something incredible comes out of the woodwork in the kind of final stage of this race, I do not imagine either one of those two is going to get that fastest lap. We have 14 laps to go here at Monza. Who is your money on to take the race victory? Obviously, it will need to be confirmed at some point, probably tomorrow, on the back of having to review some footage. But I'm intrigued to see who's going to be crossing the line first. Just it's back and forth between the two of them at the moment. Agent piling on the pressure to Simpson. This is it. It's just Senna's now outside of DRS. Here comes Ultra. Yeah, nice and easy down into turn 1. Heavy on the brakes. Gets the car in. Jobs are good and can't go wrong.
Agent spooling up the rears of that Mercedes out of 2, but somehow just remained planted. The revs was bouncing.
Is that Rob?
Agent, sorry, no, it was Agent. Out of 2, yeah, just absolutely. The wheels were screaming, but that car was somehow managed to just maintain traction, even though the revs were bouncing off the limiter. That's not sure if that's a setup thing or just a roller thing or something, but I'm quite surprised he managed to maintain that car being in a straight line, given that he went through 2nd, 3rd, 4th gear all at the maximum revs on their exit, yeah, and there was no snap whatsoever.
Pure skill. Oh, Ultra.
That now very much nullifies him and Senna on circuit, is what that does. They're both now carrying 3-second time penalties, P6, P7.
For position. Ooh la la. Okay, so that's going to get interesting as we're getting towards the final 10 laps at this Italian Grand Prix. So at one stage we had both of the Ferraris leading in the 1 and 2. A really, really strong comeback from Jacob and Tempo, both having to box early. Bit of damage right near the bottom of the pack. They fought their way through, kept the pace high, and found themselves now regaining P1 and P2 in this race. Rob has absolutely been the standout. Disqualified during the one-shot quali, has found himself up from, I think, P17 all the way up into a podium spot. Really, really strong drive from him. Very much deserving of a podium position tonight. Agent, Simpson, Senna and Ultra as to where, and Yeltsin as well, as to what is going to happen with these guys. They have been firmly joined at the hip, I think it's fair to say, for the majority of this race.
Inseparable.
DRS train, even at the different strats. It's been so good.
I hate calling it mid-pack because that feels disrespectful. because
No,
they showcase so
yeah,
much driving talent every Wednesday, so much pace every Wednesday that I could never get near. I could never compete with the level of driving that we see
fantastic
every Wednesday in
consistency.
our league. So mid-pack seems a little bit disrespectful in regards of the quality of racing that we see from them week after week. Because yes, the battle up front is exciting. They've got points to play. It's hard to fight for. But these guys from like P4 down to like P10, P11, P12 have been putting on just a showcase every single
It's every
Wednesday.
week,
And
yeah,
the
it is.
chances are most of the highlight race that we upload to YouTube, estimate like YouTube in the chat for the race view plays that we upload after the Wednesdays. But most of the highlight package is from that mid packer guys that are just
Yeah, very true.
scrapping because
Very
they're
true.
inseparable all the time. Yes, that front show at the front of the pack is exciting. They're both ungodly quick and they're in that title fight, but that real kind of raw entertainment that it is just one driver, all just neck and neck, wheel to wheel, pacing so similar that it is just always bringing close racing regardless of the circuit. It's absolutely, it's mental how much those guys this season have just been.
We're so lucky in so many ways.
Blessed, my man, is what we are.
It to
We're
be
so blessed.
as entertaining as it is. I mean, look, we've got 10 laps to go here. It's worth mentioning. Obviously, we're in edition 6 here of the Bluefoxx F1 League. It's been a huge evolution over the seasons, over the years, to get to this point. The one amazing element to it is that we've got some drivers which have been in arguably from the very beginning, and it's continued on that upward trajectory. Not just in terms of entertainment, but ability, skill, you name it, by every metric it has gone up. Some races have had unbelievable numbers of views. There's been a flurry of dramatic moments, but the very core of what we do here on the BFL is, look, some of these guys aren't necessarily, pushing for esports and or in the top tier of the PSGL or WOR. What we want to do here at the BFL is make sure that we are one of the most prestigious and most prominent leagues that is for not just say the casual driver, but the more elite amongst that group. We know there's people that are going to be part of esports teams, and look, we fully envisage that as we move into BFL season 7, it's only going to go up again. Again, amongst the community and the lobbies, there's a huge appetite to be involved, and there's some incredibly quick prospects already for season 7. So it's only going to go up higher and get better and better. So goodness me, going already looking ahead to F1 25, I think we're going to see not just this, but I think we're going to see more cars in and amongst the chaos and
the muscle just not been able to separate each other by 2/10, 3/10, 4/10.
Yes, is it?
Every Wednesday again, just these two Ferraris, Ultra and Senna, just cannot get off each other. Yeltsin still just tasting that little, oh my goodness gracious me, hit that brake like it owed him money, has rode that curve from turn 1 like an absolute goodness gracious. But Yeltsin was getting up the back of both riders. They're too much overspeed for his own good there, is what that looked like. But Senna looked to currently fight for position on circuit. I would like to assume these two are wise enough.
Is that AJ? It is, yeah, it's AJ. AJ's gone wide, turn 3-4.
Turn 3.
Back down into P13. Oh, hang on. Oh, what's happened here? Yellows, Ascari. Oh, I think it was Chunk having a bit of a wobble. He's got some of the pack fast approaching him. That's an interesting place to... It's alright, I mean, he's ghosted, but he moves firmly out of the way. Nicely done. Well, it's Jacob currently in the lead. We're going to be entering lap 46. So, we're into single figures now, ladies and gents. Got tempo half a second behind Rob in P3. 4 seconds now, the gap. Rob's getting quicker. Okay, maybe Rob is having a bit of an outside sniff here. Fancies his chances.
That little 3-second double at tempo penalty.
Yeah, maybe he smells a little bit of blood here. So that 3-second penalty for tempo is definitely, well, is going to stick. There's question marks over tempo's 10-seconder with the pit lane.
Jacobs.
So, sorry, Jacobs. Yeah, sorry, apologies. So, yeah, well, Rob can smell blood. He's got an opportunity. If he can get that gap down.
complete clean air, and then a little bit of cheeky free, a little bit of free DRS as well. Yes, that's what we like. What's that? More spice.
Advantage.
Yes, give me that extra spice.
Give me that spice.
That free DRS, absolutely. Yes. We do not mind that one. We don't mind that.
We don't mind that.
Through the Escari chicane. Oh, he's absolutely lobbing that car around. Okay, Hellfire. Total wolf's got his eyes over his eyes. His hands over his eyes. It's what he's doing. Goodness me, he's throwing that car around like he stole it. It's what he is doing.
It's a push.
With a time belt. Oh, he's pushing and he's smoothing and grooving. Rightly so. I haven't even pondered that. At the moment, we've got plenty of battery to play with, and he is engrossing and gaining tenths, while Jacob and Tempo further up the grid, P1, P2, just jostle back and forth, back and forth. There's always going to be one loser in that P1, P2 fight right now, because one guy gets a toe, one guy gets that DRS.
Where at the moment, the gap with Tempo in the lead, that now puts it at 3.5. If it's Jacob winning the race, and then Tempo into P3. Oh, Rob ruins it all! Oh, he ruins it all. Never mind.
I can't.
Great work. Got too greedy. Through turn 3, 2-4. We were looking way too much curb. And has got himself a time penalty. All he had to do was keep it consistent. He's been his own worst enemy. That was an opportunity there to not only take P2, but then that would have had the potential to put the gap between Tempo and Jacob going into the final race into single figures. But no, he ruined it. no way to put it. You can't help but just exhale and just
disappointed.
This is it. Absolutely.
Oh.
Just disappointed.
He was going so bored. I think in the grand scheme of things there, after the lap and a half that we was on board with how much he was throwing that car around, maybe it was a case of it was always coming. Would you rather get it now or on lap 52?
Well, yeah, that's it. Well, I don't know, maybe lap 52, because we'd have had a few laps of drama and seen it all come down. And then, I mean, a little shout out here to Matt Zuber as well. That gap was originally up at 20 seconds. Got 5 laps to go, and he's got it down to about 10.5. It's a valiant effort, but that kind of late safety car, which would have massively benefited him, has not happened so far. It still can, but that early pit stop with the damage that he had is just... It's killed his opportunity with Simpson in P5 at the moment. Obviously, there's a few time penalties and things knocking about, but what it's going to mean for the constructors, ooh la la, is it going to mean that going into that final race in Brazil, that Aston Martin for the first time go top of the table in the constructors? All shall be revealed. There's no doubt in my mind there's going to be a few elements for myself and Hansen and some of the other stewards to review and make sure that anything that does need to be revoked is, and what that means in terms of position. But I think I can say with a lot of confidence it's going to be outrageously close in the final race, which, I mean, if you've not got your diary set for that Brazilian Grand Prix, with it being a sprint format as well, and you've got the option for a huge haul of points. Oh,
I'd love to in a moment. Man's currently rocking 13 seconds worth of time penalty, sat in P5. Senna is rocking 3 seconds worth of time penalty. So at the moment, it's not for track position per se, unless Simpson sends in a clip for his stewards to review, and that then gets removed. But at the moment, it's not mattering, because he's just here to make Senna's life a fucking misery. Just hard defending, middle of the road. Just you ain't going around the outside of one. You ain't going down the just very much so. Just Breeze blocks into 1, Breeze blocks into 2. That Ferrari is getting nowhere. What I'm more curious about, Sam, is at what point do these two Ferraris stop thinking at their teammates and start thinking a little bit more selfishly for themselves?
I don't know.
Because they're both sat on 3 seconds, P6, P7.
We're into the 50s
now.
At
the moment, I'm personally getting up the back of my teammate, and letting them know politely that there's a choice to be had. We either race this fairly,
letting them know politely.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Here we go. Is that Simpson?
3-1 almost. Simpson, keep the nose in. Keep him honest into 1. Keep him honest into 2.
Ferrari could get a run though.
Made. It could very much get a run, but not going to get the run in the Scarlet Red Beauty. Which that looks phenomenal. Can we picture that car right now? We're at Monza.
It's in that late afternoon sunshine.
Yeah, it looks very pretty. It's what it does, but that got very
Ferrari's hit! Ultra hit Senna.
Oh.
He saved it. He saved it, no damage, but is that letting him know politely? Oh, hang on. Simpson and Senna, side by side.
Side by side now. Going down into the Escario chicane. Which guy got DRS? I'm not too sure. There's a guy going onto the grass. Which guy?
Oh, the run that Senna's got.
That's a crazy one. Down on the inside. Into the Escario chicane goes Senna. Eats it now on the back. Still Simpson got mugged off there. No idea how that occurred. Only 2 corners. Goodness gracious me, that was it was passive and fine automatism down to another Ferrari. Down the inside of the parabolica, there you go. Simpson cuts back now. Gets a little bit of a wash on the exit. Again a little bit of a snap. Into the tone now with the DRS. Ultra should be dispatched. Quickly, never mind. Ultra has battery.
Oh my god, he comes in the Ferrari! Oh, Yeltsin as well. Oh my god! Oh, he's
contact!
Oh my god. Oh my. Okay. Now we are getting into these final few laps. All those niceties, all of that space is given is massively starting to diminish. We're going to bring up the time penalties as well, because there's obviously there's quite a few here for some pit lane. Oh, Senna! Oh, he gets and he gets a 3-seconder because of it. I'm not sure what has happened there, but it's been a hell of a wobble. This is it. It's the crunch moments. It's the penultimate race. And we are on the penultimate... No, not the penultimate lap. We've still got 3 laps to go at the moment. We're almost there. We've got Agent with a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. As to the Simpson and Lager. And seemingly AJ... Oh, I think AJ's might have been for multiple 3s. But there's a lot of people caught out by the by speeding in the pit lane earlier on. Yeah, spitting in the peed lane. Spitting in the peed lane. That's right. Look, this is all for position with 16 seconds. I mean, Agent could drop quite a few places here. Matt Zuvo might actually be in a really good position to inherit a few places. It's all to play for. Lap 52 then.
Is indeed a way down the inside now. Full train the Mercedes-Benz into 1 now. Into
no!
Outside, the mouse a little bit of wheel back, a little bit of argy-bargy. From the Mercedes-Benz and the Scarlet Red. Now syndicating the movement on Ultra after the wishy-washy exit. But a factory there was hard fire racing. Not much was done wrong from both parties involved through the turn 2 apex and onto the exit. But Agent getting a nice little run, but also Yeltsin getting a run on the Ferrari in front. It's been bad his time with Yeltsin, little old Yeltsin, over the last few laps, just kind of letting them sit.
Hansen,
hello.
Rob. Look what's happened. Rob is now in the DRS. Obviously, you've got Tempo. He's currently P1 at the moment. I think this is where we're going to have to look, because you got Tempo and Rob on exactly the same penalties. Jacob is potentially going to have his 10 seconds removed pending investigation. So if Rob can get past Tempo at some point here on this final lap, it means single figure difference between our 2 potential champions going into the final race. So Rob could really add some spice here into this season 6.
He was 3.5 seconds.
I don't know what has happened. He has turned it on.
No idea.
He had the battery, and he's right there. DRS is coming up, but Tempo's going to get it too. In terms of battery, it's pretty on as even. From a battery point of view,
his car's barely sweating. It's on 95% Jacob. But Aston Martin.
Do you see the drift around the corner from Rob? That was so clutch. I mean, he's right there. Oh, is he getting the overspeed? Oh, I don't think he's going to do it. No, he's not.
Here, maybe punt it now, maybe into the parabolic. Oh, purple second from Rob. He is flying. That Mercedes-Benz. screaming more. I want more power. I want more speed. That battery's been dumped into the Barbon chicane here. Lap 53. This could make it or break it here. Try and get a better run on the mid corner, on the exit. Not going to get the move.
It's to the line.
No, he's not.
Oh, it was to the line now with the... Oh my goodness. Now look, in terms of the finish, it remains to be seen, but further back, Yeltsin and Agent! Oh, it's a drag race to the line!
Side-by-side drag race. Who's got more horsepower? That means
Agent! Oh, he's going to drop. He's going to drop with the time penalties. There's going to be all sorts of changes happening now because of all of the time penalties that are happening. Matsuvo now finds himself up to P7. Ultra, the big winner. He's up into P4. Yeltsin, P5. Senna in P6. Agent 9th. You got Lager looking to come through in P10. Oh my goodness me. Well, it always just comes down to the last lap, doesn't it? It always does.
Where did that come from? Like, the mid-pack
Where did Rob
doing the ball. Also, either Jacob attempt had a little bit of a knock somewhere, or Rob just turned up the afterburners and just said, "Sod's law.
That is...
I'm gonna throw this car around until it falls apart." Jesus, wait.
That is some wildness. There's going to be a lot to digest on the back of that race. There was a few, like I say, it was people getting caught out massively by the pit lane limiter line.